Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. Podcast so bad, we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me at all social media at Doc Simmons17. Tonight, it is just your mama's favorite, so I'll give the hot tag to my partner. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. The guru of golden retriever energy, baby. That's right. Zach Hendricks. Find me on all social media at Z Hendricks Brand. And of course, look up Country Air at Country Air Official on Facebook and Instagram. I was trying to say Facebook and official at the same time. Facebookle. But and then Country Air Brand on Twitter. And yeah.
There is no senior referee this week. He's probably still recovering from his North Carolina trip, I believe, and getting things ready because he's always on the road. But Zach, how was your breakfast hunt this week?
Not too much. I don't really remember a lot of breakfasts. I did have breakfast today. I had George Webb's. I had all American breakfast. Some eggs, toast, hash browns, and bacon.
Oh, very nice, very nice. I had kept to the theme of the show and had some waffles on Saturday. Yes, and then Sunday, some chicken and waffles. Spice it up, keep it a little different.
Doc's out here contributing, making sure he stays on brand.
Yep, gotta stay on brand. We got that sweet logo, so gotta have the waffles to celebrate. Shout out to Ace.
I gotta go on YouTube and check out that logo because I still didn't even see the logo yet.
I think I could probably drop it in the chat. But yeah. Hey, do you, since it tis the Spotify 2023 rap season, do you have a banger of the week? Because if not, I do.
I mean, I can look at my Spotify 2025. Let's see what my number one song was. My top song this year was by the band Otherwise. And I don't know if you know them. I don't really know them. But my top one, I just listen to songs, but it's called Lifted.
Lifted.
That one's pretty dope. Obviously, because I listen to it the most, so pretty dope.
I have to give that one a bang. Listen to. I know. Like
I know number two. My number two most listened song, for sure.
Well, this is shit.
It was Run. It's by Run DMC. Tougher Than Leather.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, if we don't get Perch next week, no telling what he's doing this week. We'll come back around to Run DMC, but we'll give Lifted. I'm pretty sure we have Run DMC anyway already on this playlist. So let's show some love to some other artists.
Yeah. If anyone else knows otherwise, like I don't really know them. Not like a diehard fan, but obviously diehard to the song.
Yep.
I'm pretty music illiterate. I was looking at everyone's music on their Spotify's. Everyone's like 50,000. I think you were at like 27,000 minutes. Like everyone's like at these big outrageous numbers, and I'm at like 4,000 minutes. And I was like, when I saw 4,000, I'm like, damn, that's a lot.
It is a hey, we listen and watch a lot of different things. It's just you're just not bumping the music. Also, you work from home, so you don't have like that to add to it.
That's true. I'm bumping The Simpsons or some type of TV show on TV. If they had those hours,
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, you would far outclass many of us, sir.
Yes, sir.
But hey, why don't we pretend this is a podcast about wrestling? Did you watch anything this week?
Actually, yeah, I figured out how to use this AT&T Uverse app on my phone. So, I watched Survivor Series, I watched Raw, I watched NXT, and I watched Rampage right before this. Not Rampage, Dynamite.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, well versed. Survivor Series, I think everyone watched it for the return of Randy Orton.
I was there for the return of R-Truth, baby.
I was about to hype it up. I was about to be like, but no one expected the greatest return of all in professional wrestling. Our truth, man. That
Yes.
dude, bro. Did you? His promo on Raw was great. He was like,
Yeah.
"I'm here to talk about war games."
Okay, I would be on your team.
So then he's like, "War games is 2 days." He's like, "How do we do?"
We lost. Just the frustration on David Priest was perfect. Finn's concern for the couch. I too was concerned for the couch. No, yeah, they killed it. I am enjoying the Judgment Day storyline. It is not the it's not the bloodline, but it's entertaining in its own way.
Yes, sir. Of course, CM Punk is back in WWE. Uh, the rumors were all over on the internet and then disappeared for a while, and it looks like the rumors were true. I did remember watching Survivor Series when they were doing the Randy Orton isn't here, thinking, what if, what if? At the same time, I thought to myself, I'm like, if they don't bring out Orton, though, that's kind of a letdown, too.
Yes, very, very much so.
And they did it perfectly too. It was similar to like Bray Wyatt, where they did the send off. They had the end graphic come up, and then the music hit. I know Doc isn't like uh Punk. You weren't there for the era of Punk,
Yeah.
but I think you can't argue the draw power in this guy. This guy has the just like 10 years of his name being chanted before he came back. AEW tried so hard to keep him by making Collision.
They did their
Like
best. No, like I totally I get it from the reactions. Like when my friends ask, I always say yes, I would consider him the Rock and Austin of a previous generation, just for that generation. So I mean that's about the highest compliment I can give.
I like this ain't even being a fan. I just think he is probably the biggest draw in wrestling, just for what he like, just because of the fans, the money being spent, like anything and everything. Like how they said he has the most views on AEW, he has the top views on AEW social media platform. I mean, but then again, like that's like how you said the generational too. Because if Rock and Stone Cold are in this era, how would they be
Yeah.
compared to him? So yeah, I get that. But yeah, just one of the biggest draws. I mean, super cool. His promo was really great. Um, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing him and Seth. That's what it seems like it's going to be going to. Um, it makes you wonder, because like his one thing was he just wanted a main event Mania. So are you going to get that main event?
Yeah, somebody's got to beat Roman, and just look who just walked in.
I don't think it's going to be Punk. I think it's going to be Punk and Rollins at Mania. I think Cody's going to win the Rumble, and Cody's going for Roman again.
Mm, I would be okay with that, but if you want it to be somebody who hasn't gotten there, who could believably do it, I'll give it to Punk.
I would give it to Punk if he didn't start off on Raw.
Yeah, true.
That's the only thing. It's like we're getting to Rumble season and they put him on Raw.
Or yeah, yeah, that is true. I mean, I guess technically, I don't know if they've announced anything for SmackDown, but I guess we'll have to see. I'd be,
SmackDown has Logan Paul on the show, Randy Orton on the show, and then they were advertising something with Damage Control.
hmm, interesting. Okay, well, we'll just see how it plays out. Because
I also did watch some old Mid American wrestling because
oh,
Val and I were talking about Punk. I sent you a clip. Peter B. Winning that all all exclusive battle royal. And anyone remember the Knights of Columbus battle royal? You see a young 17-year-old dysfunction in there, Colt Cabana, Skull Crusher, CM Punk, and boy, you want to see people getting hit? That's a match to watch.
yep, very hard hitting would be an understatement for the
Um,
Royal.
I didn't watch all of it, but there's a Punk and I forget his tag partner, but they're called Sex and Pepsi. And
Mhm.
like Punk came out with a case of Pepsi. Super fan. He did cut on the promo saying Pepsi is the superior brand of Coke. So, fully support that.
Yeah, that's another reason for you to be a fan.
and they took on Chucky Smooth and Adam Pierce at the Knights of Columbus.
Ooh.
And Pierce and Smooth, stole some of his Pepsi, drank it, threw the can at Punk, and I've never seen, the Roman Brock Lesnar mic catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they threw the can at Punk, and someone they don't show who, but there's just Pierce walking. The Punk, like a Pepsi gets thrown, casually puts his hand up, catches it perfectly, takes a drink, slams it on the ground. Adam Pierce, super cool.
That's Scribe Daddy for you.
I was like, you may be cool, but you're not Adam Pierce catching a Pepsi, drinking it, slamming on the ground cool like Adam from CM Punk cool.
Not at all. That probably hit closer to home than the mic catch for you.
Yeah, it was dope. It was dope, bro. I didn't watch all of it yet, so that's a match I gotta watch. But NXT was super dope. The women's promos were weird because they just would randomly have the locker room of the women and Roxanne come in and like randomly say in front of all the girls, if I can't be in this match, so and so can't be in this match. I'm like, it's a very weird way to start
I
this
feel like
promo.
they've been framing a lot of their promos like that for the women. Like we don't get the Xia Li and the Alba Fire promos as much from the women, like those cinematic ones as much anymore. I feel a lot of it,
Yeah, they just
in the
felt,
locker room.
but they had like all the females sitting down in the room, just everyone like,
Yeah,
oh,
no,
these
yeah, it's always looks weird. They're just like, I mean, they're just chilling in the locker room, but it's just always, to me, it's been framed weird lately.
yeah. The main event was really good. It was Bronson Reed, Trevor Lee, uh Johnny Gargano, and Wesley.
Yep.
A lot of ease in there.
It's like the Lee family is strong.
Yeah, and
That's the real first family of wrestling.
the only thing I didn't like about that, the stipulation was if Wesley wins, he gets a shot at Dominic Mysterio. But it's like, what are the other three fighting for
Yeah,
now?
what do the other ones get?
Yeah.
You kind of forgot about that.
When we talked about I think you put in our group chat like talking about are these chants kind of getting over excessive?
The
It
tables
was like,
one.
well, there was like in this triple threat match alone, there was 4 times where there was a holy shit chant.
I
I
mean,
mean, yeah,
I didn't watch it NXT. Do you think it was deserving?
some of them were dope, just like it just felt like a lot of holy shits.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But yeah, no, NXT overall was good. I mean, the family, I like that. Like, Stacks is all injured, and Tony D'Angelo picks him up, kisses him. He's like, "I love you." He's like, "Wait, what?" Hip tosses him over the top rope out to the outside, like sacrificing him. He's like, "Well, I'm not doing it." When Doc comes back, we're gonna be stealing some of the family. And Doc's gonna kiss me on the cheek and hip toss me over the top.
Yep.
Y'all thought Doc was gonna go over.
It's like I don't have to be hip tossed over the top.
Um, but what else? I like what they're doing with McIntyre too.
Yes. Homie got all of that belt on that headbutt.
It worked out because it looked cool with the blood. But
Yeah.
man,
I was like, ugh, I saw it beat it. Like that looked uncomfortable.
and McIntyre was out here trying to channel his inner HBK, taking off the kilt and just rocking them boots and looking like an old '80s wrestler.
Yeah. Yeah. But then
Uh,
you saw they held that poll saying that I guess the fans voted, yeah, McIntyre deserves another shot.
oh, did they?
Yeah, they like put a poll up on Twitter. It was like, yes, something to the extent of do you think McIntyre deserves another shot? And the overwhelming response was yes. It was like 74%.
I mean, what he's doing right now, like, I will say, like, everything about WWE has been more entertaining. Like, I feel like they let all their characters have a little bit more time to breathe now, and like, you can kind of see themselves. And like, I like McIntyre going into this, like he's not really a bad guy. He's just getting pissed off because he doesn't feel like he had a fair shake. And his one time win the world title, he was the pandemic champion.
Yeah. Which, and he was a good champion.
Yeah, it just sucked that he couldn't do that
Oh,
from a
it
crowd.
was is Drew McIntyre justified in his anger? 74% said yes. That was what it was.
I think it's gonna be
Our
interesting. Him
producer is
this.
part of that 26%.
Oh, she said he's not justified.
Yeah, please. Yeah, he should get over it.
I mean, he did technically lose to Rollins.
He did lose to
Fair.
Rollins, and it was clean.
I mean, if you're bitching about Roman Reigns, then like going after Rollins is a little justified with the SmackDown side, but
Yeah. Mm.
I
But
don't
yep,
know.
I like Angry Drew.
I think they'll do Angry Drew versus Rollins at Rumble, and then I think Punk will versus Rollins at Mania.
Mm. Okay. I mean, yeah, they do tend to extend these pretty long going into Mania weekend. So these are probably about the feuds that we'll see.
Yeah, I
Oh
don't
my
really
god.
see
Oh
like I
god.
don't,
Swerve is so damn smooth.
who's he working right now.
Jay White.
We can't watch it because I'm on my phone.
Nah. Continental Classic. It's been a good tournament.
Yeah, Briscoe and Roosh was good.
Yeah. Roosh is gonna get super over during this tournament.
Oh yeah, for
He's gonna
those who
get
are not,
super over. His match earlier tonight against Briscoe was very good as well.
fucking
Crowd, crowd, like unfortunately because he's going to be the heel in that situation, but crowd begrudgingly behind him.
oh yeah, top flight back Dante versus the Dante with Dante no top flight with Action Andretti versus the Hardys and
Yeah,
is it Isaiah Cassidy?
yeah, that was on earlier. I that it was great. The most important thing though is that we're getting uh top flight and Andretti versus Pinta, Vikingo, and Commander next week.
I'm just saying his ankle just got good. Let's not like you know what I mean? Like I love top flight. I want them to be champions one day. I want to wrestle them one day. I just feel like let them heal first. They just came back. Dante looks like
Your
a
sentiments is definitely not the only one I have seen on Twitter about just put the belt on them now. Don't risk it. Just give them the belts.
I mean, I think they'd be I think they should be like not AEW tag champ shit, but like I feel like definitely they could run the Ring of Honor tag belts.
Yep, I could see that. Um it's just like there was a time when they could be, but yeah, injuries have just unfortunately made them take a step back.
That's what I say. Put the Ring of Honor tag belts on them. Let them see how they, like let them build up, and then like you know if they both stay healthy and stay over,
Mhm.
have them go after like the AEW tag belts. I think there's a built-in story with Aussie Open that no one's talking about. That like
Yeah. Yeah. And they're in Minnesota tonight, so the crowd was super up for them. So
well, AEW smart about like those returns and like
yeah,
using hometown people like Julia Hart too.
yeah. Julia was super over in her match. Crowd going wild. So yeah.
I didn't get it at first. I kind of tuned in late, but I was like, "Why is Samoa Joe saving MJF?"
Oh, I
If
figured he said it in his promo. Why?
well, I didn't watch like that. Like
Yeah.
I caught it. I got in a little bit late. I got in during the MJ. I got in like as MJF was getting attacked,
Okay.
but I knew they were wrestling each other. So I was like, but then the like commentary is very good about reminding like Joe wants him at 100%.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. He cut a promo last week, whatever the show after the last pay per view. Uh, Basically like MJF accepted his challenge and he said, "Hey, thank you, and now you ain't got to worry because you're mine, and I take care of the things that are mine."
I do like that he kind of has that sweet tooth esque about him still.
I still have to watch Twisted Metal. God, yeah.
Because that's how Sweet Tooth was. Like he took care of his own.
Okay.
At the same time, though, I feel like MJF, like, because he had Adam Cole, now Samoa Joe. Like, I don't really want to see him keep tagging with his opponents.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I mean, I think that was complaints similar to that is why we're getting this MJF face run because a lot of his feuds before were very similar.
Yeah, like Chris Jericho
Um,
and
others.
others,
Yeah,
like
Jericho,
Cody.
Omega, Cody, like a lot of those were very similar. So I do think that's why we're getting this face run. So I think they've got to be aware that we're kind of doing it again, but it could be just people are injured, unfortunately.
I am really I wonder, like, when do you think the mask is coming off the devil?
I'm going to go the next pay per view.
Next pay per view, MJF retains against Samoa Joe, gets attacked in mask reveal.
Yeah,
Do you think it's Adam Cole?
I do think it's Adam Cole.
That's my bet. It's Adam Cole.
I think it's
I
Adam.
know before Survivor Series, there was a lot of speculation it was Punk.
Yep, there. Yep, Punk was a popular choice. Um, I am convinced that Sean Spears is one of the people underneath the mask. There people are also considering Wardlow, but I don't think any of those guys have been that big.
I don't think, yeah, and like what they're doing with Wardlow,
Wardlow, yeah, it just
Is
doesn't
already
seem
calling him out.
necessary.
Yeah, he's already calling him out.
Yeah.
Like he went high behind. Like I feel like that like doesn't help his character. His character's just this big badass. He doesn't have to hide behind a mask.
Mm.
But Adam Cole definitely seems like the best fit, especially like he's been being his best friend, quote unquote, for the longest.
And he was kind of making like there were a couple times where he made some decisions. Was like, you don't have to make that decision for MJF.
Yeah.
So
So right now, Adam Cole would be my top choice. Unless like they want to swerve everyone and like have like one of the big releases from WWE. If they got signed, like I don't think anyone would be mad if it was Dolph Ziggler.
yeah, I would like that.
I know I saw someone post about Mustafa Ali, but I love
I
Ali. I just don't see Ali like getting as big as a pop as someone else could.
they'd have to do it in Chicago again, which
Oh,
it's not unthinkable.
I just think Ali, like, I think I would like to see him more against, like, I don't know, like, I think he'd be a better, I think he's a better face.
Yeah,
Like, I would like to see him probably,
and I
I don't
think
know if
I
that
would.
would have I'd rather see him against guys like Ray Phoenix when he's healed and all that.
Yeah, I think I'd probably prefer to actually see Ali in Impact in the
I
X
was
Division.
literally just about to say that you're talking. I was like, that's another thing too. Why I don't want to see him under the mask. Like, I just feel like he would be better at Impact, especially like him and Shelly, him and Saban.
Bailey, Trey, like that would be fun for me.
Yeah, that's the like that's what I was thinking of. I'm like, he needs like a kind of like a crazy division, like the X division.
Yeah, and I think that yeah
Even
that
him and Alexander, because Josh Alexander, even though he's a heavyweight, he's not like this
yeah,
big brute heavyweight. He's
and
like
he wrestles all the X Division guys anyway, so it
exactly.
doesn't really matter. So, ooh, very nice.
What do you think about the Creed brothers with their big three win?
Uh, I mean, I think it's I've always thought that WWE has been super behind them. Um, so that's a way to get them over. I wouldn't peeling the curtain back. I don't think I would have structured doing their double team finish every time. That they got all three wins
Yeah,
with the bruise ball. I don't think I would have done that for all three.
yeah. I was upset. I was going for DIY.
I was going for DIY as well.
Yeah, I was like, I like the Creed brothers are cool, but just like y'all don't need these tag belts yet. You guys gotta grind.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's like nothing against them. I just think I'm a bigger DIY fan. I'm a bigger Imperium fan. I would have preferred those two teams.
Oh, when Imperium came out last, I knew Creed, so I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
it was about to go over. I was like, bringing out Imperium last, right move, but this makes me feel like yeah, they're sticking all the eggs in one basket with the Creed brothers.
yeah. I think I would have liked it if they would switch the placement of the New Day and the Creed brothers and let the DIY get a win on the New Day, then have the Creeds come take out DIY and take out Imperium.
Yeah, you're gonna put over the young boys.
Yeah, I mean, makes you wonder. I mean, because I was like talking to Val. I was talking to my brother, not Val, and I was talking about how he likes Judgment Day. He's a big fan. And I said, yeah, but I want them to start losing some belts because when they're in the main event storyline and all that, like, and there's no tag title matches, come on.
Come on, yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's and they can end up clogging up those divisions.
yeah. Where like, yeah, like I mean, it's cool to
And
have Finn have a belt and Damian have a belt, and I like what they're doing. Just it makes you like they are going to eventually have to drop those tag belts because I feel like Damian Priest eventually is going to have to do this cash in. I would hope he would successfully cash in.
yeah, I'm hoping for a successful cash in. It was a good tease at Survivor Series, with Rhea coming out before Randy.
Who was the last Money in the Bank before Priest? That was Austin Theory, right?
Yep.
And that was a failed cash in on the United States title. Like,
Yeah, which then didn't he end up winning later? Like not too
yeah,
long after his failed cash in.
yeah, he had a failed cash in, but yeah, then like a month or two later, won the belt.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't like call me like I don't know. I don't like cashing in on the mid card belt. To me, it kind of like devalues the Money in the Bank briefcase, especially if you're gonna fail a cash in on the mid card belt. Like,
Yeah, that's my thing. I don't think you should fail. I don't mind a cash. I like the surprise of it.
I feel
And
like
as
it's
long
gotta
as
be
you have
successful.
like a good reason, like if the Miz cashes in on the Intercontinental belt because the person who's holding it he feels is disgracing it, I'm cool with that.
Or if like not to sound bad, the guy says it's dominant as Gunther, and like not to sound bad, you like, hey, I know I can't beat you. I'm cashing in on you, bro. I told you I'll
Yeah,
do anything I
yeah, or
can to
something like
win.
that. Yeah, it's definitely circumstantial. Um, Most of the time, I guess I would prefer cashed on the big belt. But yeah, I
You know,
think it's very circumstantial. Like if somebody who's in a regular tag team, because that's the one that they haven't done, is somebody who's in a tag team wins it, cashes it in for the tag belts.
yeah, like I mean, when we go there and you win the Money in the Bank briefcase after climbing that 27-foot ladder,
It gets bigger every pay per view.
yeah, that is like to me, it's just like I mean, I don't know if they're punishing him or what, but it's just like I like to cash in on the world title because everyone's goal should be the world champion. But if you're gonna cash in on the mid card belt, especially when you've been everyone else has been successful for the big belt.
Yeah, yeah.
Who do you think? Do you think the Miz is the guy to take the belt off Gunther? Are you talking?
Yeah, old man noises. I don't know because I thought I was behind Miz with taking it from him at Survivor Series, but now that he's already lost, I don't know.
I'm hoping for. I don't know who it. I don't know who it is. Like I saw someone post about main event and Jay being the guy doing it, which would be cool because he hasn't won a singles belt, so that'd be a big singles belt win. I feel
That would
just as
be
big
big
as.
for him. I think people would go crazy at Punk versus Gunther.
Oh,
Um,
that'd be a good one.
yeah, if they're not gonna have him, it would end up not being Roman or him not taking Roman or Seth, though it's definitely leading towards Seth. I could definitely, I think that would be a good one. Get some draw.
Yeah,
I think, I don't know. I think Punk will do well in E. I think he'll do a lot better.
yeah. I
Um,
think he'll have fun and like seems a little bit like more like how you ever hear like seems like the WWE's a little bit more strict and structured, which might be better for him.
Yeah. All right, brother. Why don't we talk about what you did last week? You can go first because mine is super simple.
Yeah, I had one show. I worked at MIAW, opening the show, taking on a familiar foe in Jay Manny. I thought we had a really good match. I honestly, MIAW, I'll say like all five matches on the card were very good. I hate TAU, but TAU and Armando versus Yeti and CJ, very good. That was there's a very they it was very good. Like a lot of good false tags. Super entertaining. Chunky versus Chuko was very good. Avalon versus Gunner versus Jiggy Jack Spade. It was very entertaining. Armani and Jake Omen. But yeah, me and Manny got to open up the show. Had some big moves. Got to do channel in my inner ruckus. Um, we took the fight to the outside, but I got the W with what did I win with? Oh, I won with a German suplex pin.
Your flippy one.
Uh, we did it a couple of times. Like we told, I went for the cartwheel German early. He reversed, tossed me off the ropes, and hit a suicide dive on me. I went for the cartwheel German again, but he tried rolling through for a pin. But as he rolled through, I caught his arms, threw him in the air, caught him by the waist, and then like landed back with the bridge. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Yes. Fit. What are you, the Daniel Bryan of non-submission finishers?
Yeah, I don't have a finish. Like it's been weird. I picked him up on my shoulders. And I looked to the top, and I was like, "Oh yeah."
Eh, like whatever gets the W.
Yeah, like Wah Ming walked up to me. He's like, "Your finisher's an elbow drop from the top," and I was like, "I don't know what it is. Just know I can finish you however I choose."
Yep, that's what we're going with. It's just yep, whatever gets the 1, 2, 3. That's what the finisher is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Um,
How was your Thanksgiving?
oh, Thanksgiving was cool. I usually go to Indiana, but everyone in my family on my aunt's side was sick, like my aunt, my uncle, and my cousins. That's where we usually do it at. My mom called like 2 days before Thanksgiving. She's like, "Oh, we're just gonna schedule a buffet or whatever." And I just told her like, "Why don't you guys come up here?" Because Val made Thanksgiving dinner, which means I help make Thanksgiving dinner now.
Hmm.
We cooked our first turkey together. Had that homemade Bob Evans mashed potatoes. Val had her homemade Bob Evans sweet potatoes with marshmallow on it. Her mom made a bunch of good desserts. Yeah, we had a lot of people here. Dysfunction, Luke, Eli, Katie, her mom, her stepdad, Jack, me, and her. Because Jack went to Silas's family in the morning. He came back in the evening time for ours. And then my mom, my dad, and my sister.
Oh,
We played
sure.
some
There's
games.
not a lot of elbow room in that spot, brother.
Oh, actually, I gave Val credit because I told her we weren't going to have enough room. Granted, if we had my brother, my aunt, my uncle, my other cousins, no room. But surprisingly, like we had enough room.
Okay.
Yeah, like everyone sat comfortable. We even had Armani come over for dessert.
Was he
And
shucking out
Armani and my
coupons as a thank you?
uh no, cheap bastard didn't even give me a coupon.
You ain't get no Applebee's coupons from Armani from inviting them over.
No, nah. But you know how Armani likes to talk.
Yeah,
And
he
I know
probably
you
kept you up all night.
nope, you know my dad.
Oh, oh,
Just put those two on the couch.
ouch! That was the cheat code.
Yeah, like Armani and my dad talked the whole time. We played Uno and around the card table. It's like a family tradition. We introduced Jack and Luke about how we don't pull no we don't pull our punches. We go for the throat. We definitely ganged up on Jack and Luke. 100% was playing cheaters. Me and my sister were sitting right by each other and examining each other's cards, and we were passing them off and hitting draw fours, draw twos, and just like nailing Jack and Luke nonstop.
Gotta learn someday.
Jack and dude, they were so mad. Like Jack was like, "You gotta be cheating. You got." And have you ever played zeros and sevens?
No, I don't know that rule.
So like we play it. So zero is whatever direction that we're going in, and if you lay down zero, you have to pass your cards that direction.
Okay.
So everyone has to pass their cards. And if you lay down a seven, you can trade with anyone.
Okay.
But if seven and zero are your last card and you lay that down, you, you have to trade with someone still.
Okay. So you also have to get rid of them early. Okay.
Yeah. So had the MVP play, took my sister's cards, had some draw fours, realized my mom was across me in between Jack and Luke. He laid down a seven, traded with her. She had some draw fours in that deck. And Jack and Luke got, dude, at one point we hit like a draw 12 on Luke, and he was not happy. Yeah, we don't pull punches, bro. We play cheaters. We have rule, dude. They were trying to play some rules like Luke's like, can we play skip it? And I was like, what's skip it? And he was like, if you have the card and someone doesn't lay down, you can lay down. I'm like, no, you go in order, bro. If you
Yeah.
don't have the cards, you pick up. Like, what do you mean skip it? I don't
Get
know what
it.
these rules are.
Like, yeah, no, the whole point is to draw a card. It's just, do I draw one or do I have to draw to like get a card?
We do it where you just draw one. We don't like the nonstop drawing.
Let's switch it up. It depends.
Yeah, we just do one card because when we cheat, you're gonna get picked up 10 anyway.
Anyway, like we're gonna hit you with a draw 12 at some point anyway. So
Dude, like I remember one time my mom thought she was slick and she laid down this draw too, and it came all the way back around to her. Yeah, it's yeah. Jack and them, like Jack was trying to make up these rules, and I was like, he's like, well, house rules. I was like, bro, I'm the house. I'm making the rules.
yeah. You
We played
pay
some.
bills, you can get in on these
Yeah,
rules.
I was like, Uno's been a family tradition for like maybe even before you were born, kid. We ain't changing these rules, these old sacred rules.
Yeah.
But we also played some blackjack too, which my sister didn't like me being dealer because she played in a casino, so she was
She
becoming
wanted
dealer.
to flex her skills.
100% was flexing, and then uh, uh, I'll tell you a story after because I don't want to embarrass Luke, but I will say Luke was killing it on the money though. We were playing for M&Ms and he was winning, but I have a fun story about Luke too. But sorry, podcasters, this one's a can't embarrass them.
Yeah, well, it was post production. Myself, I we also had Thanksgiving here. It was just me, the lady, and the pups. Um, my Thanksgiving day was very simple. Woke up, ate breakfast, went back to sleep, got up, made Thanksgiving dinner, uh, ate it, went back to sleep, got back up, chilled, watched some TV, played some video games, went back to sleep. It was a great Thanksgiving. I can't ask for much more. um, I don't know.
Yeah,
I've
sleeps.
been so tired lately, and I was especially tired and full of food on Thanksgiving, and it was delicious.
Definitely something in the air. Like, granted, being sick doesn't help, but yeah, definitely feel that in the air where you're like, man, all I want to do is just sleep all day.
Yeah, so it was very relaxing. Um, took care of some stuff around the house. Took care of some stuff um, as far as being an adult. Save that for next week once everything's finalized. But yeah, it was just very chill weekend. Yeah, I'm deep diving into my video game since I have nothing but time right now, and watching a lot of wrestling, just getting ready for the comeback.
Yes, sir. What games you been playing?
Right now playing Pokemon, because I still hadn't beaten the one from last year, so been grinding that. A little bit of Street Fighter 6, uh, and that is what I'm doing right now. After we get off of this, we'll be back to Pokemon for a little bit before I go to bed.
Got to catch them all.
Yep, gotta catch them all. I'm trying. I'm trying. And hey, it is that perfect nap weather as I demonstrated on Thanksgiving. Why don't we get into the topic where I said, hey, actually, what was the topic?
Favorite snowed-in activities.
Yes, favorites, node, and activities. I am very happy actually that it is just me and you tonight, because as Perch has grown up in Wisconsin, I am not entirely sure that he has ever been snowed in the state of Wisconsin. I don't know what they consider being snowed in. I know
Dude,
Indiana has some funky weather where you at least probably had to be trapped inside at some point for something. And me being from the DMV, they shut down with an inch of snow.
bro, I'll never forget. We had a winter in high school where, bro, our wrestling meets got pushed back, which was great because like every time a meet gets pushed back, they add a pound of allowance.
Yeah.
We ended up getting like 4 pounds of allowance. Like that's how far. But I
That-
remember my coach, like all over the news, no condition to drive. All over this, no, you shouldn't be on the road. And my coach like, no, we're still having fucking practice.
yep.
Like we
Yeah.
still have to, and he knew where I lived, which a lot of teachers knew where I lived. If you ever watch Scary Movie 2, and they're like, I don't get how Bobby's late to school. He lives so close, and he pops out his trailer, and he lives right in front of the school. I literally lived right behind my high school. And I remember my Spanish teacher, who I had in first period, asked me, she's like, how are you late? I told her I like my sleep. Just being honest, like I like my sleep. But yeah, my coach was like, varsity was expected to show up. And he like called me up. He even said, I'll even pick you up because you're on the. He's like, I drive right past your house on the way to school. And I was like, well, so I remember those were not my favorite activities during snow and day.
Yeah. That is the problem with doing a winter sport, and especially when that winter sport is wrestling.
And it requires you to lose weight. And I was the fat boy of the team because I wrestled at 152 and always walked around at like 163, 164. I
Yeah.
was considered fat.
Uh, 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 you are younger than me, so yeah, different time.
I
Like,
remember like I made 152 the first time. My coach was like, "Great, you're the 152 pound guy." I'm like, I naturally walk around at 164.
my freshman year, one of the seniors was cutting to 112 from 135.
Yeah, I feel that. My junior year, because I was wrestling at 152, and I remember we went to this camp to like down in southern Indiana. And I remember my coach was checking our weight, and he was like, it was kind of to help us lose some weight prior to preseason.
Yeah.
And he was mad because we were in like southern Indiana where they're feeding us really well. We were all coming away way more. I was like 175, almost close to 180. And he's
Ugh.
like, you're a 52 pounder. I was like, I got this.
Yeah, I got time. I got time. Oh
It's
yeah.
only July. I don't have to make weight till like November.
I don't think it was the next year. I think it might have been 2 years after that is when they started instituting the piss test and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, we had to do that, which was one reason why he made us do those camps in the
Yeah.
summer
Yeah.
because we had to do it early in the season. And like me and a few other guys who were who were always way over our weight, he was very strict on us about getting as close as possible so we couldn't get denied.
Yeah. All right. I think by the time my senior year, we had mostly figured it out, and then most of us just didn't cut that much weight. Just like
I mean, senior year, I definitely had it figured out. Like,
yeah.
one, I needed to start cutting. So by the time preseason started, I didn't have to be how I am at pro wrestling camp in hoodies and sweatpants all the time.
Yeah, basically. By the time I got my senior year, I was practice was just in like shorts and a hoodie because I just preferred to wear a hoodie, but not because I needed to cut the weight.
Dude, I was like, some of the guys at camp are like, bro, you have so many layers on it. I'm like, I feel weird without layers. Like, I don't know. Like, granted, I'm always trying to lose weight, but like, I feel like when I go work out, like, it feels weird working out with just a t-shirt on.
Yeah, I feel you. I want to
Even
feel
like summertime, go
full.
for a run. Like, I'm wearing the hoodie.
No, feel that pressure against my body. Feel get me sweating a little bit more.
Exactly.
Really.
But let's get, we got off subject. My bad.
Yes. Well, so your favorite snowed in activities?
I remember as a child, One of my favorite snow in activities was like we had a fireplace in the downstairs. So I remember my dad would do the fire. We'd shut off the lights. We'd all like gather blankets, get some good snacks, and like watch a lot of Christmas movies. I was big on watching The Grinch. Still am. Uh, what else? When my cousins were over, we would play a lot of video games like Mario Kart, stuff of that nature. Or we would reenact pro wrestling matches in the basement as kids, wrestling our slam buddies. I always had the best match because I was the only one that sold. Go figure. I never had a squash match. So I
y'all,
definitely would.
y'all don't know how to work.
Yeah, I was like 7. I was like 7 or 8, and I remember my cousin was like the booker, and like we all had to do tryout matches. And my cousin Brent just squashed Hulk Hogan. My cousin Grant squashes someone. Kenny squashed someone. And I kept my Diamond Dallas one, and I made sure I went back and forth with him. And like I definitely went down a few times. And everyone's like, "Oh, we just like watching Zach do it because like,
Like he understood. There's a story to be told in these wrestling matches.
oh yeah, like if you ever talk to my mom, she'll talk about the embarrassing times. We won't talk about my age, but it wasn't anything young. It was closer to high school. It wasn't high school
Uh,
yet, but I used to have matches
Yo,
in the
don't
pool.
worry. Same here, brother. Same here.
Bro, we had a fenced-in yard, this big ass pool, and I would always do my flips and stuff, but I would always work a match. And I remember I always get beat up a while.
Yep. We did my boy's basement, and we would set up a like exercise trampoline in the like corner. Like we had it like at an angle in between like two of his couches to do springboards off of. So that's when I hit my first lion salt.
Very proud moment.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, they lost their minds because I this is one of those like we're older than we probably should be to be doing this. Same thing, not in high school, but probably older than we should be doing this. So taking it easy because we know this shit hurts, and then yeah, I just bust that out of nowhere on the fly. Call in the
Look
ring,
at,
kid.
I'm just saying we were born for this.
Yeah. Yeah,
I know
teaching kids how to work.
as I got older, like one of my boys, his dad had a pool table downstairs. So like when it was really shitty weather out and it snowed in, they lived like 5 minutes from me, so I could make it through with my shitty ass Mustang that would slip and slide the whole time there. But I get to his house and like all of us would be there, and we like have like little pool tournaments. And I was awful at pool. Like I'm awful at a lot of things, people. You don't get a lot of good things out of me. I'm bad at pool, bad at video games.
You have many things you're good at. You're good at taking care of your long, luscious locks.
Yes, sir.
You're good at promoting country air merch. You're very good at that.
Treehouse of Champions 2 coming out soon.
Yep, and you're a great hot tag. So, yep, yeah.
What are the things that the goat likes to do in his winter time?
Me, I am super, super simple. Not the biggest fan of the cold. Don't know why I chose to live out here in Wisconsin. But I do enjoy just being cuddled up with some blankets with a warm drink. Hot chocolate is the go-to. Trying to say that I'm lying.
She's trying to say you got an IPA and stuff.
Yeah, I no, that was gonna be next. After the hot drink, a good amount of beer. I like to drink when I'm snowed in. I definitely have many good stories from just being a young kid in Virginia with cases buried in the snow, just gradually finding them as the snow melts and drinking them throughout the winter. Um, and yeah, playing video games. I think back to being snowed in, like one of the big ones is being at my grandmother's house for like Christmas break, and the it's an ice storm is actually what it is, and power shuts out for basically Richmond and the surrounding area. So all I have is a Game Boy and freshly opened Pokemon that I'm playing by candlelight. So that
Dude, I remember my mom will tell this story all the time, but like we had a power outage and like we were like at the candlelight, the fire going on, and like everyone got it but me. And I was like, well, can't we just watch TV? Can we put this movie in? Can we play like I was just not getting it, not understanding it. I kind of like when my mom brings up, I do remember like ideas of how I felt being pissed off that but I remember like my mom would tell all the time, she's like the whole day I would just walk up to him and be like, well, can't we watch a movie? I did not understand that the power was out.
Oh no, yeah, it was out for a couple of days. I totally understood, but I was just thankful. The Game Boy was charged and the Pokemon was fresh. So that took up my time. That entire blackout. Yeah, just play it by candlelight. I'm surprised I don't have like a little soot mark permanently in my forehead, just being too close to it to try to angle and see. But yeah, it'll always be wrapped up playing video games with a drink in hand.
Young Doc at 10 years old, IPA and all.
Yep, IPAs. Yep, throwing them back.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, no, like my grandma hard anti-drinker. There's no way that would have happened at 30, really, probably. Um, all right, but why don't we start taking it home? What do you have planned for this upcoming weekend, good sir?
Unfortunately, no bookings. I'm going to be going to the Dells this weekend though. Val's dad has his like company party. They supply a room for the whole weekend. They do like a big dinner. It's pretty wild. Last year, I remember you picked me up from it the last year because we had 0-1. Uh, I think I told you the story about the last year, but if I haven't, like I'll tell the story. Last year, so they do like a dinner at 6, like a nice big dinner. They do like a little award ceremony, and then like around 9 or 10, like you can go. Like people start getting out and going and changing out their nice clothes and putting on comfortable clothes and come back down. And they have like little like talent show, music to dance to. It's an open bar, so free drinks the whole night. So the Mountain Dew and Pepsi will be on lock. But they do a talent show and like you forget like I won't say like I was super over there because one of the they're a protein company and all that, and one of the VIPs was the head. One of the VPs is the was the head coach of the Wisconsin Badgers wrestling team. And Kurt's dad introduced us as the pro wrestlers. So like, oh, you guys are the wrestlers, and the guy was like, yeah, you guys are wrestlers. You don't know anything about real wrestling. And like, I called him out on like amateur wrestling, and like after that, the whole day was just chatting me up. And I remember Dis looking at Val and said, well, if you guys want, looks like Zach could get a job up here. They all love him because everyone like and all the vice presidents were like amateur wrestlers, so it was like easy to like shoot
Talk
the
to him.
shit. They didn't know I knew like I feel like when they think pro wrestlers, they don't think we know actual
None
wrestling.
of us actually might have wrestled before.
And of course, like I knew I know Gable Stevenson, so they like brought up him, of course. And I was like, yeah, I know him. He went to here, blah blah blah. But as the night progressed, it was really like The Office. The owner and the owner reminded you a lot of Michael Scott. The talent show was very weird. These women, like, they were like, the guys were taking their shirts off as they were singing. I'm like, you guys realize you all work together, right? I remember I went to the bathroom and just hearing people over talking, just the way they were talking. I'm like, you would not think you're at a company work event right now. At one point, there was like 3 dudes in their boxers dancing on the dance floor. I'm like,
Company parties do get wild.
yeah. And then they prepare too. By like 10 o'clock, they call it the munchie hour. So they get all the food you would get at midnight, like pizza and uh chips, all the popcorn, all that type of food. Last year it went on to like 3 a.m. in the morning.
Mhm.
So looking forward to that. I know the hotels provided the whole weekend. So we're planning on staying out there the whole weekend. Might check out Mount Olympus on Saturday. I think like the indoor water park passes are like 10 or $20. So I know Chula Vista, their water park isn't that great, but it's a free room. But go check out indoor water park, have some fun. That's why we've been kind of staying home because we all been having a little bit of the bug and we're all getting over it and we don't want to get sick before Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a fun weekend at the Dells. Dysfunction will be up there with his family. I know him, Katie, and Eli are also staying all weekend. So you know, I think it'll be pretty fun to go do some slides, check out downtown Dells, and kind of do because we didn't do it all this summer. We used to go like once or twice this summer, and we didn't do it all this summer with moving and everything else. Like
Yeah.
life happened, so I think it'll be a nice little mini vacation.
No, yeah, feel you.
What about you? What you got?
Us in the Madison Nichols household, we will be out with the dogs. We don't know what we're exactly doing just yet, but we will be out with the dogs. Is planned because we have some adult things to do that I will hopefully talk about next week. But yep, we'll just be out with the dogs. Not sure exactly what we're doing, but it'll be fun because it'll be the family together.
Hell yeah.
All right. And with that, I think we can take it home. So, Zach, any final thoughts or questions?
Now that I got AT&T Uverse and figured out how to use it, I'll probably be a lot more active on what I've been watching. Because yeah, I was watching NXT and everything. I was like, there's a lot of good shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I know I got catching on Hulu later, and I'll think about it. But I was like, watching it live is definitely a lot funner than watching the replays.
Yeah, yeah. I NXT is about the length that I'm good with. I do sometimes prefer to watch Raw on Hulu, the shortened version. It's just
I mean, I had to watch Raw. I mean, I'm a Punk guy,
no, yeah,
so
that's fair.
they kept us for the last 5 minutes of Punk.
Yeah, they did. They really did do that. Though I
I
was
was like,
happy that Randy got to open the show.
this Orton and Dominic Mysterio match was going on for a while. I was like, how long is Punk's promo about to be?
Yeah, I was very surprised by how little time they gave him.
I mean, he didn't really need much.
No, he didn't. He got the point across, but I was certainly surprised.
Did you see the homie in the crowd? They have a point where they get like where they show the crowd, and they have the belt maker dude.
Oh, was he in there also?
Yeah, he was like a few rows behind Jelly Roll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I spotted him out right away. I was like, oh, I don't know his name. I apologize, but
Brandon Douglas.
Brandon, there we go.
Sir.
But I messaged him too. I'm
Belts and
like, yo, I
Straps
think I saw you on
LLC.
Raw. Yeah, so if you watch Raw, you can see him.
Yeah. For those who don't know, I'm pretty sure we've put him over before, but he does a lot of the belts for a lot of people, actually. A lot of custom belts for people. He's done Trey's spray paint exhibition title, and I'm pretty sure the most recent new one that he's done is House of Black trios titles.
Yes, sir. He's yeah, he makes a lot of belts. Good homie. We met him down in Coastal Championship Wrestling in Nashville. Been a big supporter of us ever since we cracked TSF with his custom belt.
Yep.
I like to say we cracked them out of existence. Because TSF, if you ever listen to us, y'all disappeared.
Actually, Dean and Grillo were on AEW tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big Hunter. I'm a big Hunter fan. Grillo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've not seen much of Hunter. I did check his page the other day. I didn't notice anything wrestling recently, but yeah, Grillo and Dean, they were on Dynamite earlier, and they've been getting some screen time lately. I've noticed.
Who they work?
No, they've done security spots.
Oh, nice.
They've been heavy on the security spots the past couple.
Well, I know they both are hired there. I know they're drivers.
Yeah, but even like when they were drivers for a while, they weren't always using those spots. But I definitely have noticed an uptick lately.
Yeah, unless didn't Dean just have like a match on TV like last week too?
Yeah, I think he might have like either last week or the week before. Recently.
Good for them. Good guys, super big homies. Nothing but love for them, of course. Just saying, like, if they ever have a TSF match back, we definitely, when Doc's ready, we definitely want that match back. Those guys were super fun, but had to call them out because that's how we met Brandon.
Yep. Yeah, that was how we met Brandon. As for me, nothing really. Be sure to take care of yourselves. Why don't you down in the comments let us know your favorite snowed in activities if you live in an area that they actually allow you to be snowed in. Like I said, I don't know how Wisconsin deals with that. Haven't had it happen yet. This place is not shut down. Be sure to follow us on all social medias. Give Perch a follow at Perch XLV on all the socials. He's always happy to talk it out and speak about his love of wrestling on the internet. So just give him a little poke and you'll get him talking. Uh Go ahead and look up David Mitchell for any logo needs. Aesop. He has done the logo for our podcast now, and I am very happy with it. And with that, take it easy. One.